Hello everybody, how's it going today? Glowplasma here about Kagurabachi chapter number 112.1. This is a bonus chapter titled Soya Sazanami's Memories Be Gone. And as I mentioned, this is a bonus chapter. We are getting it between the release of chapter number 112 and the release of chapter number 113. Of course, in 112, we saw the end of part 1 of Kagurabachi. This is a bonus chapter. It really doesn't matter anything about what happened last time, so I'm not really going to mention it. And of course, it comes before the beginning of the next arc of Kagurabachi. I don't want to spoil it in case anybody has not been caught up on the manga. I'm recording this after time chapter number 113 has come out, so you know what? Yeah, I know what happens next, but it's not related to really this in any sort of way. But of course, as the title mentions, this is about Soya Sazanami, which is honestly really nice because as much as I love the Genichi Sojo Bathhouse Quest chapters, you can't really do too much more with those. We saw him get Cloud Gouger, he took Cloud Gouger out on a date, and legitimately, as funny as that is, man, I don't know, I really want to see more of these villains, and if only Noriatsu Madoka, the I Can Change guy, if he was still alive, I bet we'd be getting some banger chapters about him. And maybe someday we'll get about some other enemies. But right now, this chapter is about Soya Sazanami. And really, I just want to hop into this because there's not really too much preliminary information we need to know. As of course, we see the Rakuzaichi building crushed and destroyed. And of course, a hand is reaching out of the top of it. And this hand belongs to Soya Sazanami, as he sort of just is coughing up a lung. He's like, as he's sort of raising his body out of the rubble here, and he sort of looks around like, he spills out a few guts. Where am I? And who am I? As he sort of looks around, he's like, who the hell am I? What am I doing here? And he sort of looks down, he's like, blood? Why is there blood? And he sort of goes down, he's like, wait. He sort of touches the wounds. I didn't get these wounds by accident. There's blood, but it's not scabbed over, so it means I must have been in a fight in the last 24 hours. Did I lose my memory from the shock? But if I survived with wounds like these, then I'm no ordinary human. I'm pretty sure the people of this land call it a sorcerer. Yes, that's right. Apparently I still have general knowledge of the world. A sorcerer. In other words, a man of the underworld. Well, it looks like there's a lot of cars, which means there was a lot of people here. Well, that sign says I'm in Tokyo, and the temperature is just under 20 degrees. It must be October, no? You know what? The trees are tinged with red. It's still warm a little bit, so it must be late October to early November. Well, think about it. At this time of the year in Tokyo, there's one major underworld event that would fit the bill. So many people and a wounded person like me? Ah, yes, the Rakuzaichi. So what I'm saying is that I must have been involved, and most of the men dead around me are just in nice suits. Their dress code must be for all the clientele. In other words, with this robing, I'm not a client. Maybe I'm a hired sorcerer, or even a member of that Sazanami clan who hosts the event. Or maybe I'm some other person. You know what? In that case, Soya then reaches his hand out in front of him, and he holds it flat-palmed towards a piece of rubble. Iso! Nothing happens. He sort of holds his hand up giving the rock a thumbs up. Iso! He pretty much tells the rock to hang loose. Iso! He serves as rock on! Iso! Nothing happens. He gives the peace sign. Iso! And then he of course does the Iso hand motion and Iso! And the rock breaks from a shockwave. And so he's like, oh, interesting then. This means that I'm a Sazanami. As we start to get a little bit of narration, Soya Sazanami, when not obsessing over his little brother, he is razor sharp, just like the Sazanami patriarch. Within 30 seconds of emerging from the rubble, he pieced together the clues and concluded that he was a Sazanami. And Soya is sitting here and he's like, okay then, if I'm a Sazanami, then why did we lose this battle? Just who could have defeated us? And he sort of is like, and his head all of a sudden turns. He's like, oh no, and he just remember like, I see this face in my vision, but like, whose voice is that? Wait, I don't know, but this feeling, well, that means I'm just absolutely sure of one thing. Whosever voice that was, that person means everything to me. But if I can't remember who it was and I'm not myself, my mind, no. You know what? It's just better to get moving. As I keep discovering things, I'll be able to jog my memory slowly. It's like, all right then, easy does it. And he reaches into his pocket, coins jingling. Well, I have practically no money, but if I'm a Sazanami, that means the blood of businessmen is in my veins, which means that I can turn a single blade into a hay of furniture. Armed with this, nothing is impossible. And Soya keeps walking around, looking at a cafe, looking at a clothing store, and eventually finds himself in front of a fortune teller. And he walks up, slamming the money on the table. Ma'am, this is all I have. And the lady sort of is sitting here. She's got this crystal ball in front of her, smoking a cigarette, and honestly, like a very wide-brimmed hat on her head. And she's like, well, what do you seek to know? And Soya's like, I've lost my memory. I just want to know who I am, and I just need to know who I loved. I need to know now. And the lady's like, love, is it? Well, the sincerity is in his eyes, and for 30 years I've practiced the art of fortune-telling. Most customers don't take it seriously, and hey, I don't take it personally. That's just how fortune-telling is. But this man, I want to give him a genuine answer. I want to save this young man in need of this time of all times. And she just says out loud, "Oh, crystal ball, I will reveal everything to you." As she looks inside the crystal ball, a black haze has been made inside. As she sees, of course, Soya abusing Hawkery, she screams, "No! Oh my gosh!" And Soya's like, "Oh, what's wrong? What did you see?" And she's like, "No, insane." And he's like, who is it? And she's like, "You are." And he's like, "Oh, okay, say what?" "Brutal violence? You call that love? You've got to be kidding me. Seriously, you're one sick bastard. You're a monster. Get out of my sight." And Soya stands there, and we just get narration. Businessman Soya Sazanami spent his meager remaining funds to be brutally denounced. As we see that Soya is just sitting in an alleyway, and he's like, "Oh no, damn it. All of that fortune-telling is garbage. All I want to do is find my love. Why should I be insulted?" And there's a can beside of him, and he's like, "Why should I be insulted like that?" As he kicks the can, causing a dent in it. And as Soya looks up at the dented can, his heart starts to beat, almost looking like a shoujo manga panel. And he's like, "Ba-dump, ba-dump. Wait, what was that?" He walks over to the wall, punches it with all his might. The wall shatters. The same thing happens, and Soya looks at his fist, and he starts to cry, and he's like, "Is this? Oh, this feeling, this taste, this sound. Oh, this is it. This is who I really am. I'm starting to remember what I hold dear. Oh, it's little, it's weak. Oh, yes, so very weak and round." And he runs outside after discovering all of this about himself, right, more, and he looks out. "Oh, there's something," and he runs out of the alleyway. "Small and round, is it you?" And grasped in Soya's hands is a pigeon. And he looks, no, my brain's not working. This is, And he goes down and hits the ground. "I swear I'll find you. I swear I'll do it." As we just get some narration. Once again, Soya Sazanami passes out from hunger and extreme loss of blood. A long journey lies ahead. As we see a few people from the town walk up and poke him with a stick. "Hey, is this guy dead? Like, I've never seen, like, a pigeon cringe before. And yeah, from the first note, you read this chapter and think that it's going to be slightly comedic. That this chapter is going to be dealing with, oh, Soya has amnesia. Let's see the goofy hijinks that he goes to reclaim all of this. But it's all very obvious that that's not Hokazono's message with this chapter. As of course, we get a total, like, confirmation here that what Soya loves is not Hawkery. But what he loves is abusing Hawkery, and that feeling that it brings to his fucked up, twisted mind. And yeah, it's honestly played out for comedy a little bit in this chapter with Soya kicking the can, realizing, oh, this is what I've missed. But underlying underneath all of this is really just the realization of how terrible a person that Soya Sazanami is. Like, yeah, sure, he may have the blood of a businessman, but what does that matter when all that he wants to do is sit here and find his brother so he can abuse him once more? To be honest with you, I don't think I have the right to sit down here and talk about the problems with abuse and all of that, besides for we all know it's a terrible thing. And in the process of that, that's what this chapter of Kagurabachi revolves around, is not only goofy hijinks with Soya, but realizing he is not a good character. And this almost pretty much all but confirms that Soya is going to be coming back in part 2 of Kagurabachi. And with that, he is going to get his comeuppance. He is going to get beaten bloody. He is going to, I really hope it's Hawkery who gets to look back at Soya and be like, no, you're not a good person. You don't deserve to be here. And of course, get his revenge. I'm not even going to say revenge. I think revenge is a terrible way to look at it. Pretty much just shows Soya the strong person he's become and that he's not somebody who's weak that can be destroyed in this way once more. And to be honest with you, I really don't have too much else to say about this chapter of Kagurabachi. Yeah, there's a really messed up underlining look to the entire thing here in the moment. And yeah, I'm really glad that we see this fortune teller lady and it's like, hey, no, you're a messed up person, get out of here pretty much. But at the same time, I am interested to see where Soya's story goes from here, if not only to see how he gets treated as a character and how he gets what he deserves for the terrible person and terrible deeds that he has done. But yeah, with all that being said, that's all I gotta say about this chapter of Kagurabachi. If you did enjoy the video, I've covered Kagurabachi plenty of times on this YouTube channel. There'll be a playlist in the description box of this video along with the end card of this video as well. And yeah, man, I just don't have much else to say. This is Glowplasma signing out. Damn it, Soya. Gosh, why did I open this chapter and be like, man, this chapter's gonna be funny, and then like, no, this is messed up, man. Soya, you get what you're deserving. Like, come on, man.